It's time for another art flip. This time the X-Men variety. Da 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 da. And that's right, folks. We've got a color guide for part of the art for the Pizza Hut box. Anybody remember getting the little Pizza Hut kids meals? Get the comic and such. This is for Geraldo Nito. Hopefully I didn't butcher his name, but he did this for on IG, and I was able to pick that up from him. This is a double page spread, sideways spread, Ultimate X-Men Annual #1, page 28 and 29. In this one, Gambit sacrifices himself to take out Juggernaut and then leaves Rogue behind. Gambit, no! We got Cable 84, with a little Jean Grey Beast action. Great Rogue, more of the X-Men legacy. Then we got some Ian Churchill action. Ian Churchill with Sugar Man, great holdover from the Age of Apocalypse. This is from issue 27, page 10. We got Cable 31, page 6. Another holdover from Age of Apocalypse with Holocaust. So dope. Love the run Ian Churchill had on Cable. Speaking of, here's some more Ian Churchill 33, page 1. The details on this. Scott Hanna, I think, did all the inks on these. This is the first page and kind of the foreshadowing from page to page. So he's chiseling out Cable. Of course, here comes Cable. And then Cable's getting ready to fight somebody, and then you know who he's going to fight, the Hulkster. Fortunately, I don't own the next page. I do know who does, though. Then we got X-Force, page 11 from issue 10. Jean Grey just showing Beast Who's Boss. Picked this up from Josh Cassara a year ago. And then we've got Paul Smith. Picked this up on the Dueling Dealers of Comic Book Art here recently. I say recently, it might have been last year by now. Of Rogue and the classic 80s costume. Hulk 181 homage. This is all art. And so pretty dope. I picked this up on a sale that Next Comic Art, one of the artists for Next Comic Art, was having. Love some 181 homages. Some more Age of Apocalypse goodness with Wild Child and Sabretooth by Roger Cruz. Another neato, different Rogue costume there. Got some Scotty Young goodness. The tale that's told here, even since you don't have the words. Where'd all my hamburgers go? I don't know, but they're over there. Hulk's like, Everybody's like, Hulk stole all the burgers. You got the fro on Luke Cage. And look, Bill Cox, Cyclops, Wolverine, everybody's ticked. Then we got Extermination, issue 4, page 20. This is the last issue, cliffhanger sequence, where this is the Blue Line inks by Dexter Vines. Got that from him. And they think that Cyclops, that had come from the past, was killed by Ahab. Spoiler, he wasn't. But then we got X-Men pinup, X-Man pinup. Really looks a lot like Roger Cruz, but it's Fabio. It looks published, a lot of the stuff that was done for X-Man around that time. He said it wasn't, though. It's just a tryout sample page. Got some more Cable Ian Churchill goodness with issue 31, page 5. Scott Hanna definitely earning his keep on all this inking going on. This is where Cable and Nate Gray, which is his alternate self from Age of Apocalypse, are having a battle. Cable 33, page 19. Again, Onslaught causing him to lose focus and his telekinesis ability there. X-Men number 91. Just a fun page with a lot of the X-Men characters. Rogue's kind of jelly that Marrow and Gambit are hitting it off. But if you remember the story, Gambit actually rescued Marrow from the Morlock invasion. And then we got X-Men 92, issue 92, page 1. Now, as hard as they try, Cyclops and Jean always come back to the mansion to lead the next generation. X-Men 92, page 19. We had Bishop and Deathbird had a thing for a minute. She finally dumped him off in the desert and it said so many miles to Vegas. We've got a Steve McNiven pin-up, prelim rather, for Rogue attacking Scarlet Witch. They really, in the Uncanny Avengers run, they really had a lot of angst. Of course, Rogue had some hard feelings about the No More Mutants thing. Wolverine one-shot. Wolverine versus Cocaine Bear. No, not really, but that bear does look like he's on something. Dope page. Gambit Annual 2000, because that's when they were calling them by the year they came out. Angel was part of the Mutant Massacre, which Gambit led Sinister and his crew on, so there was some angst between them for a while. Got some Steve Epting goodness with X Factor, number 117, page 21. Random fixing a showdown with Havoc. This is page 16. I guess I should have switched them, but it's giving them one last kiss goodbye. The little letter there. We got Avengers 401, page 22. This is the last page in Rogue and, well, they think it's Magneto, but it's actually his clone, Joseph. You can see Gambit looking all jealous over here. They're fixing to go face off against Onslaught. And so that's why I got it, why it's in the X-Men file there. Then we got Sabretooth, one shot. And this is the Red Zone. The comic was a chromium wraparound. And in that issue, of course, it led into Sabretooth becoming part of the new X-Factor team. The original X-Factor, or the original X-Men, were the ones that were trying to bring him in. He actually cuts Archangel's wing, which leads to him getting back to feathers again. But in this panel, him and Beast are going at it. Cyclops hits him with a big giant blast. Go Cyclops. He does have his moments. Then we got some Mike Choi pencils, X-Force 28. This actually became the cover of the second print with Hope doing what she was destined to do. And the Messiah Complex and the Return, Second Coming, and all that kind of stuff. You remember that storyline. She's going up against Bastion. X-Force 28, another page from the issue. Just those eyes, when she and Cyclops' eyes meet, he knows, hey, this is the time that we've been waiting for. Really dope pencils. Cable 41, page 12. We got Cable, Sincere, and Bishop. X-Men 23, more recent issue. Just really dope sequence of events. Magic opens up Limbo and closes Limbo, opens up, closes, and chops the Iron Man Sentinel in half, or pieces, and leaving just the head. So don't want to tick her off, that's for sure. Then we've got a double page spread done by the great Aranga. Are you kidding me? That's right, Age of Apocalypse. Seemed to be a reoccurring theme, right? These are the Age of Apocalypse characters in an X-Men 1 connecting cover. Kind of a stance done by Aranga. Seen him do this, and he was going to a con, I think it was Heroes Con, and he happened to have it left afterwards, so I picked it up from him. Then we've got a prelim done by Rob Liefeld. The actual art was then later used for a sketchbook cover that he did. And then X-Men Adventures, issue 10. This is the last page. This is the issue where Rogue's thinking about getting her powers taken away. Come to find out it was a big ruse, but her and Avalanche and Pyro go after it. And of course, they say, buried under 10 tons of rubble, Petty, she was a local. And of course, to be continued. Done by Andrew Wildman. And so that is it for this X-Men flip. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think.